Hi everyone, it's me again. Like I said, I'm kind of sorry for the delay. Just bear with me. As I stated before, I just got a new computer, so it's taking me a little bit of time to getting used to the new system and learning how to use it. And I'm having a lot of fun learning about the system and just playing around with it. But just bear with me. I'm very happy that I finally got a better software to give you guys better content. But anyways, let's get started on reviewing both of these chapters that I missed of Black Clover, 294 as promised and 295 revenge match. So for the first chapter, 294 as promised, we began with Magna celebrating his victory against Dante. It was an incredible match. I still can't believe that Magna was able to pull off something like this. It was just shocking. And we see that everyone that barely arrived at the room, they can't believe it. They're completely shocked. We see Nat can't believe it. He's like, how is this possible? And even Jack, he's like, he can't believe it. He's shocked. We see that Nat has some those recovery cookies that he gave to Asa when they were training. He said he doesn't have a lot, but it should help him recover a little bit of the magic that he lost against his fight against Dante. And unfortunately, Nat can't really use this magic to go to the Dark Triad, and they have no other choice but to literally, I guess, just try to find them the old-fashioned way. We also see that with Dante's defeat, the Qliphoth, or the Tree of Death, I can't say the word correctly. We see that it got slowed down a little bit. Even Morris notices, and he figures out that Dante must have gotten defeated. So it's nice that now the Tree of Death is getting slowed down little by little. So with the other defeats of the other Dark Triad, I just hope they are finally able to stop it. So as they finally leave, we see that Dante gets up once again. But I guess he can't even control his magic anymore because he's just filled with rage, anger, and he just looks like this grotesque monster. Jack is like, he's like as a specter of the Dark Triad. And he tells him, like, dude, don't ruin the little guy's victory, and just cuts him. So it's pretty cool that we see that Dante was still able to get up once again. But I guess he just really couldn't control his magic anymore. But finally Dante's defeated once and for all. Then finally we go back to the fight against Vanica with Rill and Charlotte. And we see that they're not holding, well, they're not doing very great. We see both of them are struggling really hard. And we could see now why. Because another person joined the fight against them. It appears Vanica used her curse magic and blood magic on the queen. And now the queen is fighting alongst Vanica. As you know, with Vanica, how she used her curse and her blood magic with the Diamond Generals, she's literally doing the same thing with the queen, and it's just heartbreaking. We saw a couple of chapters ago how Morris was literally just using her to gain her knowledge and figure out a way to speed up the Tree of Death. So it's a little heartbreaking seeing this. We see Charlotte screaming and promising the queen that they will break out of this curse. But of course, with Charlotte getting distracted, Vanica is able to get a hold of her, and just before Vanica and the queen are able to finish them off, we see Noelle and Gadjah arriving just in the nick of time. And now that's where 295 begins. Revenge match. finally we're gonna see the revenge match against Noelle and Vanica, and it comes out at a great twist. We see that Noelle has the water spirit on her side, Undine. I was completely shocked. I just couldn't understand, how is Undine now with Noelle if very likely her contract with the Queen is still intact. But apparently, as we go back in the past, we learned that during their fight, the first fight against Vanica, Undine's contract with the Queen was temporarily disabled when her magic power was affected by the cursed magic. And in order to gain strength and start accumulating mana, she moved to Noelle's grimoire because she was the next qualified person to inherit the spirit's power. So it really calls me back to like the fairly early chapters of, I think it's the temple arc. I think they were calling Noelle the sea goddess. So it was literally almost like hinting that Noelle was gonna be worthy of possessing a spirit's power. We see that the Dryad thinks of another way to defeat the Dark Triad. They don't really have to rely on the arcane mages such as Asta. She thinks of another way, sanctuary. She explained that this is the realm of defeating morale and destroying demons that only spirit possessed can reach. And of course, like, I'm with Noelle in this one. If you know about this sanctuary, why didn't Undine bother to teach this to the Queen, also Juno and Fuego Leon, who are spirit possessed too? Undine explains why she couldn't teach this method to the Queen. Apparently, even though the Queen possessed immense magic power, apparently she just couldn't learn any offensive magic because she was just too kind. And we see that it makes a lot of sense. We see that the Queen of the Heart Kingdom is this innocent soul, kind soul, and I had a feeling that there was no way she knew how to use offensive magic, because the first time we saw her, she just made like puppets to kind of fight for her, but they were very clunky. So now we see that the Queen was just too nice and she just couldn't learn offensive magic. And because the Queen couldn't learn offensive magic, there was no way she could reach this level of sanctuary. We see that Undine starts blaming herself for like being a little too overprotective for over the Queen. That she blames herself that, dude, it's my fault that we were defeated and she got caught. Eventually, even though Noelle and Undine don't really get along, Undine, even though Noelle is worthy of being spirit possessed, Undine doesn't really like Noelle because she's a little rowdy, you know, Noelle being Noelle, and Noelle of course doesn't like Undine. But they both agree that you know what, let's cooperate. We're gonna be Vanica and we're gonna save the Queen. We see that the fight continues. Vanica is just going crazy. We see a bunch of, I guess, her blood magic all over. It just looks insane. I love the detail in this fight. Honestly, it's one of the fights I've been waiting for, but the most I'm been waiting for is the one with Juno and Language against Xenon. But first we gotta finish this fight with Vanica. I'm just very excited. Then we see that Noelle now has a new power-up thanks to Undine's well, thanks to the spirit. God, I'm having a hard time. I'm just trying to speak this up because I have to go to work. We see that Noelle unlocks a new form and it looks pretty awesome. I'm so excited to see what this is gonna do. The new form is called Spirit Dive. Sanctuary Valkyrie dress. It looks gorgeous. We see that she still has like this a little bit of a Valkyrie dress, you know, the little armor on her chest. But we also see that she kind of grew like a little bit of wings, and she has like a, I believe, like a little crown. Honestly, it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to see how this form is gonna be able to defeat Vanica or give her a good fight. But this is how this chapter ends. Like I stated, both were pretty short chapters, but hopefully we get finally more information. We get to see more of Vanica's fight, probably a little bit of Sanon's fight. And oh yeah, I was wondering like about the other Black Bulls. I wonder how they're gonna be able to help. But anyway, both were great chapters. I'm so excited to see more. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next